G'day guys, it is the Sport Lad here. Hope you are all doing well. So this is the round 21 tips. Before we get into it, let's just go over my round 20 tip. Well, we all know how round 20 went. Most people did really bad, so I started off with getting my first 5 tips wrong. And then I tipped Adelaide to beat Port Adelaide, which I got right. I tipped Hawthorn to beat St Kilda, which didn't happen. And then finally I got another one right. I tipped the D's to beat the Tigers. And then I tipped North to beat the Eagles, which didn't happen too. So I'm literally 2 out of 9 from my tipping. So yeah, let's just get into the round 21 tips. So let's start off with the first game of round 21. We have got the Western Bulldogs taking on the Richmond Tigers, 7:50 PM at Melbourne Stadium. So let's go over this game. So the Bulldogs have a 68% chance of winning and the Tigers have 32. Bulldogs coming off a loss against the Giants by 5 points and the Tigers also losing by 32 points. Well, the Tigers, they didn't do too bad on the weekend. They were alright. The Dogs were also pretty good. They had a solid lead. The Tigers also led at a few stages. But, you know, it's at Marvel Stadium. You really can't say much about the Tigers over there. I would tip the Tigers, but I want to go safe. So I'll have to tip the Doggies. And I'll go the Doggies to win this game by, let's say, Doggies to win this game by 16 points. Next game we got is Essendon taking on the West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium. So this game, both teams Essendon coming off a loss and the Eagles coming off a win. Eagles beating North Melbourne by 5 points and the Bombers losing against the Sydney Swans by only 2 points. Well, this tip's kind of obvious. Play it at Marvel. Second of all, it's Essendon. Third of all, it's West Coast. So I'm going to be having to tip the Essendon Bombers. Next game we have got is the Adelaide Crows versus the Gold Coast Suns at the Adelaide Oval. Here we go. So to be honest, I wouldn't be tipping the Suns. It's at the Adelaide Oval. You would really back in the Crows as, you know, they're still fighting for finals. They have a really slight chance of making it, but me personally, I want them to make finals, so I'll be having to tip them to win this game. Next game we have got is the Hawthorn Hawks taking on the Collingwood Magpies, 4:35 PM at the MCG. Both teams coming off a loss. Pies losing against the Blues and the Hawks losing against the Saints. Well, I wouldn't be tipping the Hawks, that would be pretty stupid. But you know what? I could go bold and say the Hawks could possibly win this game. But what I think will happen is Hawthorn will play either 2 or 3 good quarters, and then the 4th quarter the Pies are just going to run away with the game. So, you know, you've got to go safe and you're going to have to tip the Collingwood Magpies. Here we go in the night games. Stroll in. We have got Geelong and Port Adelaide at the Cattery. Well, Cats, they did end up coming off a loss against the Dockers at GMHBA. And Port also coming off a loss against their rivals. Port got smashed in that game. You know, like Adelaide didn't even have their main smalls like Isaac Rankin and Josh Rochelle. And they still somehow managed to beat them with the help of Tex Walker kicking 7. You know, gotta go safe again. Just gonna have to back the Cats to win this game. Next game we've got here is 7:30 PM at Giants Stadium. We have got the Giants taking on the Sydney Swans. The Giants and the Swans both coming off close wins. Giants beating the Dogs on the weekend by 5 points and the Swans beating the Bombers by 2 points. This is a really 50-50 game. You know, Giants still there for the finals. They're 6th spot at the moment. And the Swans, I don't think they're going to make finals really. But, you know, I might go with something different. I might have to tip the Giants. I'll go with the Giants to win this game, you know. Something different. Here we go, the Sunday games. We have got North Melbourne taking on the Melbourne Demons. So this game's kind of obvious. Well, I'm going to have to tip the Demons. Their form is looking really hot. Won the last 4 games in a row. On the weekend, they ended up beating the Richmond Tigers by 32 points. North Melbourne lost to the Eagles. I mean, many people thought North Melbourne would win. Well, they didn't win, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. Tip the D's to win this game. Here we go. We've got the St Kilda Saints taking on the Carlton Blues at Marvel Stadium. This game is going to be one to think about. Like, You know, the Saints coming off a nice win against the Hawks, kicking 9 goals in the first quarter. Not even 9, I think it was like, yeah, it was 9 goals in the first quarter. The Blues also coming off beating the tabletoppers, the Magpies. You know, it's going to be a tough tip. Like, I wouldn't really know. But, you know, at that Marvel Stadium, you would expect the Saints to play well there. They do play well indeed. But I'll have to go with the Carlton Blues. I'll have to tip in the Baggers. You know, just with the form and they're going, I'll have to tip the Carlton Blues to win this game. Last game of the round we have got is the Fremantle Dockers and the Brisbane Lions at Optus Stadium. Well, the Dockers coming off a really nice win against the Cats at GMHBA Stadium, and the Lions, well, they lost against the Gold Coast Suns, so that's a bit ordinary, but I feel like the Lions are going to bounce back and pick up a solid win against the Dockers in this one. Alrighty guys, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like and also drop a sub to the channel. We're getting really close to 50 subscribers. Every sub is really appreciated by me, so yeah, it would be really good for the channel itself. And also comment down below in the comment section what are your tips for round 21. And yeah, have a good day guys, see you in the next one.